Hey man, thanks for dropping by. Hands are so hard to draw. Mm. Shit. Okay, I have to do something about this arm right there. Doesn't look very natural. This. Character is a bit cartoony, so it's not an issue with proportions aren't realistic per se, but still it mustn't look weird. So I was going for this kind of Gorgon, so Medusa kind of a character. But I wanted to do an archer. I'm not entirely. I haven't entirely decided what kind of equipment she's gonna have. That's why she's mostly naked for now. So I'm getting the proportions right. And I'll see about the equipment. She's gonna have a quiver at the back, hanging from a belt that is just roughly made. Same for the bow. I'm gonna go for something very intricate. I want her to be richly closed with nice stuff actually, so I have to find what to do. I'd like to go with something obviously a bit Greek, but I'm really no expert in Greek Greek stuff, so I might have to make some research later. For now, I'm just getting the shapes right, to have the right stance, which is pretty good already. Started filming just after having done the stance overhaul, so I'm gonna define it a bit better, and then I'll be doing the equipment. Of course. Hey, Stefan. Of course, the hairs are gonna be the toughest part, obviously, with all the snakes. So this is just a quick doodle, but I'll have to do it better later. I'm quite satisfied with the expression. She looks quite fierce. Some kind of young Gorgon huntress. But I'm still unsure about the equipment. I hesitated between some kind of Greek or Egyptian style equipment. I really don't know what I'm gonna go for. I wanted something pretty light to keep the very snaking look, silhouettes. But I thought she could have some kind of skirts, like an Egyptian skirt at first, with some rich golden belts, and then very fine straps that would be holding the quiver. So the quiver is going to be at the back there, but I'm sure I'm going to have to make some research and look for documentation to get some to actually get some nice items, documentation. Snake pattern on the clothes. Yeah, I could, definitely. We're gonna go with something looking a bit Greek, I think, obviously, but I'll see how I do it. So maybe she's gonna have something on the top covering her chest. I'm not sure yet. But maybe. I want to really keep this a very serpentine look, this very snaky look. She's definitely gonna have a skirt, because I want to do some, probably some jewels. She's probably gonna have some jewels. I really don't know where I'm going with this character. Usually Greek mythology really isn't my area of expertise concerning characters and drawings. But gotta try something different, right? I just started drawing the head at first, and I liked it, so I wanted to do a whole standing figure. And I'm not sure, but this might be the first type of character with Medusa kind of character with snakes that I do. I already have a hard time doing drawing hairs, so I'm not exactly sure how I'm gonna manage with snakes, but I'm gonna try nonetheless. So I was thinking to go with golden belts with like discs, you know, with the reflections on it, on them. I mean, I want her to give her a look of almost royalty, you know. I don't know if it's relevant or... I have to go for this tunic. I can definitely cover this here, so she's gonna have some kind of skirts. And for the dynamic, it should go from there, right there, like that. I guess. Do something like that. I mustn't break the silhouette. Of course, I'm gonna go with jewelry. Gonna have a sort of snake, either going down or going up. I think it's gonna be going down. She's gonna have an arm ring, snake arm ring. Something like that. With moving, yeah, we found the new apartment, which is great. There's just a little bit of painting that we have to do, and of course moving in. So we're gonna be moving in a few days, week or so. So we'll have to do the paints in the new flats, but it's looking really good. We found a new nice place, so we're eager to settle down. So we went on a vacation for a few days, and when we'll get back, we'll start to paint, to move out, and to settle in the new place. So yeah, we found something pretty cool. Pretty happy with it. So there's that. Thanks. Yeah, we saw many apartments before finding this one, which was settled just at the right place from work. Not too far, not too expensive, and way bigger than what we had. So, and I'm definitely eager to move out so I can put my stuff back. The sort of studio, the crafting space, to start crafting again. These days I'm really eager to craft. So she's gonna have another sort of a bracer here, but brass bracer. For decorations, but also for protection, because when you're using a bow you can get scratches. So she's gonna have this beautiful... Of course, I'm just doing the shapes for now, but there's gonna be some reflections afterwards to give a brass look. Maybe even she's got something very long, like a bit like Greek hoplets. I don't know if you call them hoplets, but you know, something like that. Oh wait, so she's turning like that, so it should be, no, it should be on the, yeah, this way, I guess. Tell me if you think it's too much, too big of a... But I think it will be fine. Not bad. Not bad. We'll see later. Maybe she's gonna stay bar-skinned on the chest. I don't know yet. No, to give a sort of Amazon look, but I'm not sure. I definitely have to find what to do with the quiver, obviously. Also the feathers. I'm not exactly sure what kind of feathers I put. I want to go with something a little exotic. And she's probably gonna have some, how do you call it? Sandal. You know? So, some Spartan sandals, I think. I'll see later, but... Should I not look on the front? Look on the front. What, the bracers? Well, I'm not sure, because her... yeah, I thought about that, but I'm not sure. The arrows. To the front. Look to the front. Look to the front. You mean the... all the... this part? L'empennage? I don't know in English. How do you call that in English? Yeah, the feathers. So she can get it faster out. On the front, yeah. Yeah, it could be, but also... depends also on your position, I guess, because as you can see, the quiver is pretty loosely settled, so I guess if she just turns, the quiver is gonna turn on the right. I could, so they are behind her back. Yeah, what she can do, you know, when you're drawing something, you have to take care of several things. I mean, obviously she's Medusa, kind of fantastic kind of a character. I think having the arrows in front would be faster, but it would look a lot less cooler because it would break the very serpentine look of the character. However, what I can do, which is mostly the technique used by archers to get faster, is to have one or two arrows in her hand here. You know, the hand that holds the bow. Usually, when you really want to get fast, the fastest technique when you shoot arrows isn't to have a very available quiver. The fastest one is to have a few arrows here, you can see, that are just held by like the whole side shoot. Yeah, and this is really fast because actually when you shoot the first one, the only thing you have to do with this hand is, you know, bring up your you're holding them, so you just move the hand and you make the arrow pivot, the new one, and settling on the string, and you can shoot very, very fast. This is actually the fastest way to shoot. So what I can do is have these arrows here, and a few arrows in the quiver as well, but behind, just to keep this nice construct. Of course, you know, I could do it follow the very serpentine look of the character to have the quiver go in front like this, but I think it would break the character, you know, the long legs, and I think it will give too much detail here. There are already many things going on here. There's going to be the, you know, the folds of the the tunic. There's going to be some reflections here on the gold, golden reflections, so brass reflections, and there's going to be arrows and fingers and stuff. I think it's good if the legs come in front and the quiver at the back, but I'm definitely going to put these arrows. Yeah, it'll give a more natural shooting look. I'll just be back in 20 seconds. Okay. So anyway, how are you, man? How are you doing? What's new? What are you doing right now? What's up? I like the idea of the snake pattern. You're at work and you're getting the sound. You're working with headphones, or you're not in an open space, are you? What are you working on? If it's not too personal, or oh, got a corner desk. Can't wait to get back to crafting. And nobody cares. Okay. Start a Warhammer Fantasy Army to paint. You're painting your Warhammer at work? Your miniatures? No, okay. Okay, yeah, you just, you told me in general. Okay, at home, right. Still have many miniatures to paint. But of course everything's in a box now. So I'll have to wait until we settle down, moving out. Then I'll end up painting them. There's also all the furnitures I bought from Tabletop, Tiny Furnitures. You probably saw my unboxing. Still have to paint them. I'll do that once everything is settled in the new flat. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna put the arrows in front. It's gonna be a nice detail, I think. And what do you think about the discs, like this idea I had about a belt made of golden discs? Should be good, right? Too many ticks for YouTube. Yeah, the furniture is amazing. I still have to paint them. Still haven't painted them. I want to, but I'll definitely do it. So I'm gonna try to do something with the bow. There are two possibilities. Either I keep it really simple, but with reflections like black, very dark wood, or I do some kind of snake pattern. I definitely want to do a snake pattern, like you said, but either on the bow or on the tunic, like embroidered or painted on the tunic. I think it could be on the tunic. like a wavy snake-like pattern. But I still haven't decided exactly how the tunic would look. I was going for something a bit Egyptian, you know, like hanged on one side, so with many folds. But I'm not sure I'm gonna do this. I'm still, because obviously the wave or snake pattern isn't gonna be as well as visible if I do this. So I'm gonna try, but there's probably gonna be some erasing going on. But I can try. Anyway, as I said, I'm really no expert in Greek style or artifacts, so it's gonna stay very. It's gonna be more fantasy equipment than anything else. Shouldn't do the reflections and the shadows yet, actually, because this is detail. I'll do that afterwards. But she's gonna have some kind of golden discs, you know, giving reflections. And I want her to have some other jewelry, but I don't want something too heavy. I don't want too many things protruding outside of the character. I've already got this bow and the arrows protruding, because I want to keep this. First, I thought I was going to go for a serpentine body. You know, really, actually a serpent. I think it could have looked pretty cool, but I went for legs. But keeping this very, you know, lengthy body. So, what could I should have had some flat jewelry, but it must look like jewelry, so maybe a collar or something up. Jewelry on a sort of collar, I could. No, sort of how do you call this? Yeah, sort of choker. I don't know, a huge, long, elongated choker. But I don't know, it could look weird. Oh, I think I'm definitely gonna put some earrings. Not very good in fashion stuff. So she's definitely gonna have something that hangs. I don't know. Either something triangular or something very round. Triangular isn't bad, actually. I don't know why, but I'm having some Miyazaki Princess Mononoke feel right here. I think it's the head, probably the eyes, and the sort of determined expression. Sort of a wide look. Wild. Sorry. Did you see these movies? The Ghiblis, the Miyazakis, like Princess Mononoke, for example? Because maybe you haven't. In any case, if you haven't, I really recommend seeing these. Says at the end of the bow and a little bit of snake pattern. Shit, the comment disappeared. Yeah, definitely could have a head of a snake right there, right? Yeah, definitely. That's what I'm gonna try to do. Well, if you haven't seen the bow, but not all of it, yeah. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do some kind of snake pattern like this with the tail going to this towards the handle, and the farther we're gonna get, the more then we're gonna have the head around there. I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but I'm definitely gonna put a head there. So wait. So if you haven't seen the film films of Miyazaki, the Ghiblis. You should. I'm sure you'll enjoy them. It's really a fantasy world, so should appreciate. The animation is really good, even the old ones, you know. Also, the story is amazing. The characters are amazing. I'm a big, animation fan, and I love obviously classic Disney's, but you can't beat Miyazaki for actual characters that have inner depth. There is very few very genuinely bad people in Miyazaki's. You've got bad persons, but mostly there are just persons doing bad things for what they think is the right reason. To help people they know, they are not afraid to hurt others. So you don't have the sense of sheer evil or pure cruelty, or characters that have depth in these movies. Okay, so this isn't the head of the snake at all. Well, do it. You've got many of them that you can. That you can watch. Should I have a phone call? Mathieu? T'as ton portable? Non, ton portable, le téléphone. Il y a Charlotte qui essaie de m'appeler, mais je suis en train de filmer. Bah, limite, t'as pas là pour voir ce qu'elle veut. J'ai mis le truc à chauffer, si c'est la question, il y a 13 minutes à peu près. Le poisson. Si c'est ce qu'elle voulait. So I have to put the heads of the snake visible for the. So I want to go for something a bit stylized, but I want it to look a bit mean. Yeah, that's my voice in French. I haven't got the same voice in French than in English, apparently. The string and the method of the snake, yeah, that could be nice, right? But I want to do something a bit curvy. Let's see if this works. I'm no expert in drawing snakes. Snakes are hard to draw, man. So something like that. The string is gonna go here. This is a nice idea. It must be stylized, it mustn't be too realistic either. Plus it has to be it has to look pretty solid, so I can't do something too thin. Let's see. I could go with something like this. Usually they only have fangs at the top, on the top, right? Yeah. Okay, they're definitely gonna change, but for now it'll be good, right? Yeah, it's probably HB. I think it's HB. I mostly use HB. HB is great. You can go for a darker tone if you apply more pressure, but you can get pretty light if you want. It's really my favorite HB, like most people that draw, Well, it's the most polyvalent, so I don't know if you can say that in English, polyvalence, meaning that you can do the most thing with HB, for me at least. But I enjoy B sometimes. Yeah, But of course, if I really want to do like heavy shadows or very iron look reflections, I'm gonna take a B, probably, or different kind of B. But I very rarely go lighter than HB. But because if I do, I'm gonna have to push on the paper like a nutcase, and I'm gonna end up tearing up the paper because I really like the lines to be pretty present on the paper. It looks, the character looks a little bit cartoony, so lighter than I. So that, yeah, I'm scratching it definitely because I want very defined lines. So I want something that stands out. I've got a very cartoony style. At least these past years. Before that, I had a more of a, I won't say realistic, but I was going for something a bit more realistic. But in the proportions, I've become very cartoony, and I enjoy it. What do you think about the arm rings like that with the snakes? Pretty nice, right? Yeah, Medusa Archer. Why not? You know. Something a bit, stingy. The snakes, something that bites, just like a narrow bites. Titan quests. Yips. But I'm always messy, yo. I'm always messy. I'm a bit procrastinating with the equipment here because I'm just completely terrified of doing the hair right now. Yeah, the feet looks pretty good. They're not perfect. This one I have to do again because it wasn't very fast. This one's better. I'm not bad at drawing feet. Actually, they're hard to do just like hands, but yeah. Yeah, they're hard to do. You have to train, but they're interesting to draw, just like hands. So this hand is pretty good. This one's not that good. Unnatural. Yeah. But I like to draw hands and feet, so I never really evaded it. So, besides, if you really want to learn how to draw hands, we talked about it last time. You can draw from nature, from what you see. You can also, look, if you're going for a cartoony style, look at the cartoons you like or the comics you like, and just watch how the hands are made in different positions. I'll help. And going for snake-like pupil eye. And I thought I might do some kind of a pattern on the skin. It would look like a war tattoo, but that would actually be the skin of the, because she's definitely gonna be a snake girl. She's not just a. Well, actually, yeah, she looks pretty human aside from the head, but she could have some snake skin. I didn't thought about that, but I could do some scales here and there. Yeah, the S form of the posture. The idea was to really have the look of curvy but thin look, with obviously a very thin, exaggerated belly and large hips. It's just a cartoony style, obviously. Yep, large hips, very thin. It enhances the look. The curves. But it's a bit messy behind there. I should have it a bit simplified, I guess. Yeah, definitely. Aside if you're doing someone very muscular or very with a lot of weight, that can get all very, very, very thin with the bones, you know, sticking out. That can be interesting as well. But yeah, of course I enjoy drawing female characters. Probably more. I draw way more female characters than male characters. When I was younger, I drew a lot more male characters. Um, I'd say I draw now slightly more female characters than male characters. Slightly. But if I haven't drawn for a long time, I'm definitely gonna go for a female character. I don't know why exactly. I just enjoy it, I guess. I want to do something with the quiver. I don't know what. Because for now it's very, very, very basic. What could I do? Should go for something a bit fancy, right? Basket-like. You've got nice ideas. Yeah, definitely basket-like. Snake out of the basket. Yeah, yeah, I'm definitely gonna do that. Now, how am I gonna do that? Yeah, baskets. Plus, if I'm going for a Greek slash Egyptian look, well, they used some baskets, obviously, to carry some stuff. So I'll have to do some kind of pattern, I guess. Some kind of braided pattern inside. This is gonna be hard. Intertwine lines, yeah. Yeah. Haven't drawn that for a long time. Could do something like this. That I know how to do. It's really easy. Could give a good effect. I don't know what you think about it, but I'll have to find a technique. Or I can alternatively do something like this. This is gonna look way more like scales than anything else. An edge on the outlines. An edge on the outlines. I don't know. I'm not really sure what you mean by that. I mean here, out the like that. Wavy pattern on the. Oh yes, definitely. Yes, definitely. If I'm going for this look, which I think I am, there's gonna be something a bit like this. Wait, I'm gonna try and then I'll just erase if it doesn't match. I want to have an precise idea of what it's gonna look like. I think it's gonna look nice, but I'm probably gonna do it again prettier. But So there's going to be obviously some straps. So it's not going to be that rich of a quiver, but I like the idea of, I definitely like the idea of shit. How did you call it? I don't remember. Anyway, I like the idea, definitely. I'm gonna go for this. Thanks for the idea. It's actually nice doing a live, because you guys can give me shit. You can give me ideas when I get stuck. There you go. Yeah, this is definitely a good idea. I think I'll change a few things. I'll do it probably a little better, but at least I know how to do it now. I'd like to go for something a bit more fancy out there. You know, I don't know what could I do, because it should look, this is gonna look a bit weird, I'm afraid. I'm just trying stuff, you know. Sometimes you have to try with shapes and stuff like that to see how it looks. Something a bit, not sure. It's way too close. The problem is it's way too close from the arrow. One thing you have to do when you draw is to avoid, I don't know how you call it in English. It's add strength for the arrows. You mean back there? This? Overlapping? Yeah. I'm not done here. They're definitely gonna overlap. See, one thing you have to avoid when you're drawing. I don't know if you're very used, Helium. Are you used to draw? Because you have some good ideas. The words you were looking for overlapping. Yeah, definitely. One thing, if you like to draw, or you'd like to draw, or you enjoy doing it, what you want to do is to avoid what's called, in French we call them nœuds graphiques. So it will be translated as a graphical knot. So what you have really to avoid is having two elements touch or nearly touch themselves. Especially your outs can't paint that good. Okay, you're out, so you're going away, 7. Well, thanks for dropping by. It was nice seeing you. See you later. So Helium, what you have to avoid is having two elements that touch. Bye. Otherwise, it's gonna create a very weird look, especially if the two elements aren't on the same, if one's farther than the other. So that's the type of stuff you have to avoid. So I'm gonna make the quiver a bit shorter, but I wanted the arrows to be super long. I don't exactly know why, but it's probably because to keep this idea of a very elongated, snaky looking chick. So I'm gonna go with something. Yeah, it's an optical illusion you don't want, definitely, because there's gonna be something weird in the drawing, and the spectator, the one looking at the drawing is gonna be like, there's something fishy there. But I want to do something a bit, that's way better, but the shape isn't. I don't know. I have to find something to make a nice edge for the quiver. I wanted to do. That's very weird. That is very weird. Or maybe just straight. I could go with something just straight, Ah, il va falloir mettre la table. Je vois. J'ai bientôt fini. I'm gonna have to move, because we're gonna be eating on the bronze plate. Break the pattern. Why not? However, bronze plus, how do you call that? The overlapping. I imagine this is yeah, like a shield. I could, right? I'll see later. You know what? I have to end the stream because we're gonna be eating on this very table. Yeah, that's not stupid at all. There's gonna be this hard backing. Yeah, because we have to use the table to eat, so I have to move so we put the stuff on it. Anyway, thanks for hanging out and for your ideas, because I was a bit stuck, but we got many ideas. We got the arrows that are going to be held on the hand. You had the idea of this intricate part here. I don't know how you call this material, you know, to do the, in French it's osier, you know, to do the, these type of stuff, you know, holding stuff, holding things, braided. Yeah, these were nice ideas in the head of the snake here. This is gonna look good. So I'll probably put it up on Twitter when it's finished. I'm not sure. Maybe I'll do a live this afternoon of the drawing. Thatch, yeah. If you wanna hang out, maybe I'll just do it by myself and then post it on Twitter or somewhere else on my blog or Facebook. Anyway, in any case, thank you very much for your help, and we'll maybe see us later. Bye.